Hello, hello. It's been a couple of days. Um, my daughter and I did a mini retreat. She's doing a meditation certification, and so we did a silent retreat for 6 or 7 days back in April, and then we decided that we were going to do it monthly. So we did it last weekend, and I'm not sure when we'll do it in July. I have to ask her the dates, but yeah, it's pretty nice to just unplug, right? Because in some ways we did that during the pandemic, but then we got online more. So there was a kind of unplugging, if you will. How was that for you? What was your ways that you unplugged, but then, remained super connected? I still feel that need to continue to simplify in my life. But yet, coming back into the world a little bit. What are your boundaries around that now? I'm sure they've changed. We've all changed our habits, right? So here we are. I actually did record a reading for last Friday, and then we went into the retreat, so I never posted it. If you're interested in that reading, it was pretty intense. I sat with it, and I continued to sit with a few of those cards from the Thursday reading. Go back and look at that. I actually had some dreams about that during the retreat. We don't go on a retreat, by the way. We don't go anywhere. We just stay home. We just shut down, don't go anywhere. We, lock up the cars for a couple of days, turn off the phones, computers. We just meditate, go for walks. Although because I am injured right now, we're not walking very far or very fast. But that's part of it. There's actually a walking component. There's a walking meditation. If you ever have trouble meditating or even want to start to, that's a great practice. It's called mindful walking. Just being, keep being attentive to the way you're walking, what's around you. It's a great way to start a meditation practice. So yes, back here we are. This might be a weekly reading, although I did pull some cards for myself last night from the Morgan Greer deck. I got the Ace of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Chariot, along with the King of Cups. It was I was really excited about that reading. It was, definitely being, on top of one's emotions, feeling the need to kind of like rein it in a little bit, working with those polarities is something that we're continuing to do. Working with that polarity of being, feeling like we know what we're doing. We have the ability to stand in our own somewhat maybe newly formed beliefs, new ways of looking at things, but yet still be open to what's coming toward us. That was all over the readings last week. Remember we had those kings and the emperor coming up. So let's see what this week offers. I feel like it's more of a how do we put this into practice? Mercury is still in retrograde and will remain so through after eclipse season ends, which I think it actually concludes with the last eclipse of the month. Very interesting timing, right after the solstice. So what do we have for Tuesday, June 8th? Again, this may be a reading for the week. That turned out to be the case last week. My ears are a little plugged up. The weather here in Texas has been rainy and sinusy thing going on. Spirit, my guides, my angels. What are the messages for Tuesday, June 8th, 2021? What are the messages to share with us? To give us the most fun, to help us work through the energies, to give us an idea of how we can look at things differently. Again, this is the Crystal Vision stuff by Jennifer Galassi. And I've read out a few other decks as well to see if they want to offer some commentary. Cards are quiet. We got 3 of them right away. We've got some new players here. We have the 8 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. Some more thoughts coming in. I feel like these are the cards. We'll give it another shuffle to see if there's anything more that wants to come out from this deck. 8 of Wands is a card of passion about what drives us, what we're motivated to do. A lot of messages coming in about that. Committing to a direction with a momentum. These horses are not looking like they're galloping. There is a bit of a smoke here. So they're just starting to like go out the gate towards what they want to do. And they're not just horses, these are unicorns. These are young unicorns. We do have another card out. And it's Temperance. So we have a major arcana coming out. I think we'll leave it at that, unless there's something else. At the bottom of the deck is the 9 of Swords, so we have that back again. But we also have the Ace of Cups, a cup of transformation, card of transformation. So we'll leave those. We'll angle the camera down so we can take a look at these. So the 8 of Wands was what came out, and then the 6 of Swords. And they kind of came out together, but I laid them out the way they were layered. And then the Temperance card came out as a commentating card. So again, the 8 of Wands is a card of things that we're passionate about, things that are motivate us. It's the Wands are generally like career, work, the ways we create our creative expression in the world. And with it being an 8, that tends to be about messages coming in. Unicorns are very special animals. So this is I would look at this. This is divinely inspired. We're getting messages. I don't see that spark like you do here off her wands, glinting off her wands, but and that spark that was glinting off the unicorn that the Knight of Cups was riding in last week's reading, which I think was the one I didn't post, but like I said, if you want that reading, I have it. Just let me know. That was for last Thursday, Friday. Yeah, I think it was supposed to be for Friday. Anyways, but these are young unicorns. I don't even see them with that kind of twirl around their horns like you would normally associate with a unicorn. There's no flare like that. But there's a lot of fire. There's a lot of passion. Just look at all the colors in this card. These unicorns are very. I'm admiring their shape. Their youthfulness. So this is like this youthful passion. It's something that almost like this inner child kind of almost wanting to like bust out and like take over the place. And there is this bit of momentum. You see a couple of the front um, unicorns really starting to really pick up some speed, like get into a gallop, but I don't see them, I don't see the straining or the muscular kind of tension in any of them that shows me that these animals, I was really drawn to bring up the animal spirit deck, by the way. So we will pull from that, but the animals are very strong, that animalistic nature, like following our instincts, following our intuition rather than thoughts, is a very big theme, and that's coming forward again from last week. Although we do have two cards of the thought world, of the logical world, of the mind in this deck, and one of them is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is usually a card which is normally has a woman in a boat with a child going across to greater, to something better. And in this respect, she's doing the same thing. She's actually, it's hard to know whether she's going to pick up those two swords, and it's almost like she does, though, because here we have the Two of Swords. It's like she picks up these swords and takes them with her, and she's going to use them very decisively and hold, I see her as holding these in defense. What I'm really drawn to is this mirror image of this crow in the sky reflected on the bird in the snow. And I'm thinking of snow angels. Bringing in that childlike quality. Although there's nothing childlike in this picture, right? There's nothing childlike at all. But I'm, thinking of snow angels, something we do as children, being open to, maybe putting down the swords. I'm feeling if we want to go forward, we can't take these swords with us. Normally in the traditional tarot, the Six of Swords again is a woman in a boat, and she's got like all these swords with her, but I never really could figure that out. How are you going to take, you're packing up all of your memories and you're taking them with you. Maybe you are going to take a couple with you and leave those four behind. Maybe, she's standing here, she's thinking about, the journey across this snowy landscape, which looks pretty lonely. But what can you take with you? She's certainly not, she doesn't have a cart, she doesn't have a bag, she has nothing but her two hands, and I don't even know if she's wearing shoes. But, she might want to take those swords with her because maybe she may need them to help her survive, to, get some food, to defend herself in some way. But I kind of feel like, if she's graduating to this Two of Swords, which, normally it would be a step down because it's a lower number than the six. The six is a number of receiving. It's a number of receptivity and being open. Two is the number of the feeling world, of the heart, listening to your heart. But in this card, she's got her heart pretty darn guarded, and she's wearing a lot of armor. And like I said, I'm drawn to this white figure of the bird in the snow, which reminded me of snow angels and would be a very childlike thing. So she could just drop her sword, and even if she wanted to keep her blinders on over her eyes, she could just, kind of hang out for a minute, play, and relax. And, the swords will be there if you want to pick them up. But maybe if you just didn't try to take any swords with you and see what happens. You might get to a place where, you're kind of relaxed, and you're, this Temperance card, where you're making magic by blending the fire, and you might melt this ice that's around the situation and turn it into water. And now the wings are, and she, I see her wings are pink, and she's wearing kind of a mauve color, and there's this again, this color of intuition, the deep intuition is there. It's storm clouds, but if you just put down the thoughts, put down the old baggage, and stop listening to all of these voices that are, if you just lay down in the snow and play for a minute, you can, and by listening to that pink of the heart, letting that pink shine through, it becomes an even deeper pink. And the sky's clear, and you have a beautiful tree and the rocks, and you've got the lotus flowers. Your intuition is coming that much clearer to you, and you've melted the snow. You've taken this passion, you've taken this fire, saying, you know what, I'm really excited about this. This is what my heart really, really wants. And with that heat, you melt, if you just can be honest. You can melt that, and you've got these. You transform the situation, and you have these butterflies. You've got a rainbow. You're making magic. That's alchemy. You're blending the emotions. That's the water, the spirituality, the fire, the passion. You're blending it, and you're at peace. And you're not here, but we go back and forth, back and forth. Right now we're just struggling to get out of these old thought patterns. It's all in the subconscious. It's all in the subconscious. Catch yourself where you're denying yourself. The constant denial, the constant denial, the constant denial is where we still stay here, we stay here, we stay here, we stay frozen, and we stay away, and we're out of this. We're out of this kind of beauty. Ace of Cups, again, transformation. That's another transformation on a more, it's a more quick level. It's more on the mind level with the dragonfly. But you're a cup brimming over. Or you can, here's another one. There's fun. That's, we're getting it, the choice is yours. Listen to your heart. Listen to your spirituality. Listen to your spirit, your passions. Follow that heart, and you're going to be in a much better place. So let's take one from the, I wanted to do one from the flower therapy deck. So that's the reading. I'm going to pull just a couple more cards. It's up to you if you want to stay with it. I'll pull a couple more cards. Well, this is from the Flower Therapy Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue and Rodley Valentine. Again, I always want to give the caveat that Doreen Virtue has actively asked people not to use her tarot cards, but I do. I respect the work that I respect her and her wishes, but I also think that the work that she did at a particular point in her life is super valuable and helpful. And flowers are always healing. World energy. Agapanthus. Look at that. Again, look at all that purple intuition and the pink. Purple and pink. Purple and pink. The earth is going through a transition of energy, and your sensitive body is feeling it. You're not alone. Accept the help of others. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say on that. I mean, this is what I'm trying. Be open to other people and their ideas coming towards you. Our defensive, excessive boundary making. We really need to look at what are the boundaries? Why are we even creating them? Why? She doesn't even know. She doesn't even know. She's so blind. She's blinded, and all she's doing is listening to these caw 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 in her ears. She doesn't even know. She's all like buckled up. Super excessively. Super excessively. I'll read this from the book, although it's not really. Yeah. Their sensitive body is picked up on the transitions of our planet. There are world events occurring right now that are causing you physical and emotional discomfort. Please rest assured that Agapanthus is here to help you with this shift. The earth has continually been going through transitions, which are natural processes of growth. As the population changes, so do the needs of the planet. So the population, so that, it's just like how we all are changing right now, right, in every way. These shifts in energy can make you ill at ease, leading to situations such as the one in which you are currently. You pulled this card because you're very connected to the earth, so lend Mother Nature a hand by becoming proactive in your local environment. Just go out, go for a walk, connect to your surroundings, connect to your neighbors. Situations in your past may have caused you to become cynical when it comes to others' assistance. Please know that it is now safe to accept help, to trust that others can be relied upon. The angels and Mother Nature have tailored this aid specifically for you. Spend quality time in nature. You're not the only one experiencing the global shift. So yeah, think about what your neighbors are going through. Look at how others have been affected. We're not in, it feels like we're in our own bubble, but we're not. We've become self-reliant, but we also are interdependent. I posted about this some pictures I took when I went out for a walk today. So let's look from the Power Animal Oracle cards by Stephen Farmer. Like I said, the animals were really, I wanted to pull from these this morning for my own, but I needed to get up and out a little earlier today, so I didn't get to do the animals, but I missed them. I really love these and the Kim Crans, and we'll pull from her deck as well. Oh, what is the animal oracle card that would like to come out today? You know, it's being asked to be in nature, to connect, to be in nature. That thought was also coming up a lot in some of the themes I was picking up on in the cards last week, about how I noticed that woman was at ease. You know, who was at ease in their surroundings, who wasn't. What do we have here? Antelope, decisiveness, make a decision, take an appropriate action. So the Antelope card. If you're going to sit, then sit. If you're going to stand, then stand. If you're going to run, then run. Don't hesitate and don't equivocate. This is not the time for discussion, debate, deliberation, or hesitation. Even choosing to be still and do nothing can be a wise decision at times, especially in life-threatening circumstances. But let's face it, how often do you actually find yourself in such a situation? And if you ever have, you made it through, didn't you? You've come to a point in your life where it's imperative that your choices are based on the combined will of spirit and instinct, which we call intuition. The more finely tuned you are to your intuition, the more decisive you'll be. You'll see that there's no other way to live. In this situation in particular, that is absolutely the case. So listen, decide, and then act without hesitation or second guessing. Trust that whatever the outcome is, it is ultimately the will of spirit and in the best interests of all concerned. Vigilance, action, speed, sacrifice. So that's, again, like I said, put down the swords. Like, stop messing around trying to decide which ones to carry, and and being worried about like what you're going to do and how it's going to work out. Like, just listen to your intuition. Create your own reality. Create a better reality by, instead of constantly going around and around and around and around and around in the mind until you end up here. You could be here. You can be here. Much better choices, right? And we'll do one final one from the Kim Crans Spirit Animals deck, seeing that nature, getting into nature is like the best way to do that. It's the best way to do that. Go for a walk. Take yourself out. Go and connect with what's around you. Connecting with what's around you, your environment, our bodies. Just stopping and taking a breath like that can give you a very, quick result. We get the mouse card. So we go from the antelope to the mouse. I don't think I've ever gotten the mouse card in this deck. That can't be. Let's see, the mouse card. What are you, my little mouse? He's very cute. He is very cute. Detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, nervous. Notice I put it on top of these four. The mouse has an innate desire to tend to the details. It often spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they've gone too far. Soon they begin to have a limited and fearful vision of life and try to control every detail. This can be quite a painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When mouse energy is at play, step back for a moment. It may be time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, one that's worthy of your exacting eye. When it's in balance, you're organized, resourceful, and prepared. When you're out of balance with this, busy with no purpose. Yeah, you've heard of people doing busy work, right? Number 3, to bring into balance a meaningful project. Yeah, I was guilty of that. What guilty? I mean, it is what it is. We don't sit and judge ourselves about it, because then you're just back, and that just adds one more sword to the pile, right? I was busy doing busy work, trying to figure out, just something. I was working something out in my head. I have the habit of doing that, right? Where instead of just sitting down and dealing with the thing and maybe journaling about it directly, I will do something that's very indirect and often just busy work. And I make everyone crazy around me, right? Because I can't sit down. But that's me. So I've, trying to work with that particular, choosing a different way of working with that kind of energy. And in a more relaxed but yet more direct approach. More direct approach to really come to a decision. Right? And sometimes just going for that walk, going for a walk, taking yourself out of that other environment can do wonders, even just for 5 or 10 minutes, doing that walking meditation, which is where we started. Walking meditation. That's a really good way. So I'll end it there, and I thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow with another reading. Any questions, comments, please let me know. If you'd like a personal reading, just email me or comment or direct message me on any of the formats. I'm on Facebook at H1Kitty, H1KTTY. I should probably just put it I might just give my regular name. And that's Instagram, and then Facebook, Lisa Loring. And then, I have my YouTube channel, sure. You can also like, share, subscribe in all of those formats. And if you want a personal reading, you can also email me at my email, lisa.loring@gmail.com. Donations are also accepted. I'll put that in that PayPal information in. But yeah, any comments, just let me know. I hope you're well. Lots of love.